What's going on? What's cracking late in everybody? What's popping? Boy, it's your boy. 800. Stiz House. Got it, man. Form. The Prophet de jour. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Yeah, a little busy yesterday. Camp. We got basketball camp this week. I'm helping out again this week. So kind of messes up my timeline, what I want to do, how I want to do it. But today I was like, man, I'm going to jump on in my midday time. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just do a little quick little insert. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to speak about the NBA Finals today. So, um, just had a couple of days to let it resonate. Hope everybody else did too, man. And just um, take in the magnitude of some of the things that happened. I think one of the things that we need to do is send our prayers to Halliburton um, on his way to being elite, top tier basketball NBA player. So I wanted to give a shout out to him and love to him, man, going through this injury. Injuries are tough in sports and things like that. So he's still a young dude, you know what I'm saying? So just rest up, my brother, and get to that treatment and that PT, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get on that. You'll be all right, man. You'll be coming back stronger than ever. You know what I'm saying? So one love to him. Shout out to him, first of all. You know what I'm saying? Great basketball player, man. Was set to have a great, um, from my opinion, would have had a great, I think he would have made a great ending. You know what I'm saying? Helped it out. But and not to come second at all. Just had to give shout out and love to the young man first. But shout out to OKC championship. You know what I'm saying? And I recognize it as the franchises first. Everybody be like, no, the actual franchise moved from Seattle. So in Seattle's got like what two I think it is, but you know what I'm saying. I'm a real dude. You know what I'm saying. I consider it like you know what I'm saying. When you change the whole name, I get you the franchise is moving. Once you change the whole name too, the mascot and everything, it's OKC Thunder now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I consider it y'all first one. So big ups to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Winning the championship, the NBA championship, winning that chip, winning that ring, and just want to sit up here and talk about it a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? Chet, hometown boy, man, straight from the crib, man. Got a ring, and that's a blessing. That's a blessing to know a young man and to seeing a young man in his younger years grow in your state, your city, and get off like he does, and then make it to that level to actually the highest pillar of basketball, the NBA championship. It just is right, and you know it's amazing for the young man. So blessings to him. And then these young guys, bro. The team is young, man. So these young guys to get a championship at this stage, at the age that they are, and the couple of veterans that they have in there, um, it's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? So, well, man, shout out and love to all you guys, man, who's about to get those shiny little things on your finger. You know what I'm saying? You can get your first one. Congratulations, because one person does out of 32 teams. One person does. So, um, you know, gets like that. You know what I'm saying? So crack it off, man. One love to everybody. Um, SGA, elite, phenomenal basketball player. Jay Will, up man. Whoo, he gonna be man. He gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying? Chet, I just told y'all about Chet. You know what I'm saying? Hometown boy, just skillful. Um, every once in a while, people come with new stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? And Chet's coming with some new stuff for the NBA. He's gonna be he's the prototype. That's the player. That's a player that they're looking for. That type right there. That build. That's talking the language young people know. That build that Chet is people are gonna be looking for that build. So, that's the hot commodity. It's gonna be with a hot commodity. So that's dope. Dort, man. I like Dort. Dort just a hard nosed grindstone player, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Just I mean, he built like a football player. He built like a fullback. Like I said, like he get that thing go. You know what I'm saying? He'll get you 3-4 yards carry. You know what I mean? That's what he built like. So man, I like his game too. Big shout out to him. Caruso, you done got money already. You know what I'm saying? You can got one. You know what I'm saying? But might as well get another one. Add another one to the hand, right? You know what I'm saying? Um, Hartenstein, consistent player, man. Consistent player. You know what I'm saying? So big out shout outs to him. Wallace, Williams, K. Wills, man, y'all guys stepped in, did what you need to do when you need to do them. And then these guys, Jones, Mitchell, Dang, and Joe. It's some people. It's hey, for y'all guys, it's easy just to love the situation right now because it's like, hey, it's some people it's some like top 100. You know what I'm saying? Top 50. You know what I'm saying? The greatest ever that ain't got that ain't got nothing on their fingers. So you know what I'm saying? Big ups to y'all, man. Big ups to y'all. Winning the championship is like that's. I mean, that's what we do it for, right? I mean, when you get serious about the whole aspect of it, the whole business aspect of it in the NBA too, and then plus you look at all that extra little thing they be throwing at y'all. You know what I'm saying? When y'all win, plus the bling bling. I mean, come on, you want one? Everybody want one. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do it for. So big shout outs to everybody, man, on that OKC team for doing their thing, man. Um, yeah, I mean, everybody did what they had to do. You know, 29 for Shea, 12 assists. That man was throwing the ball, man. He was making good decisions at the right times. Will had 20. That's about that's a normal day for him. You know what I'm saying? That's a normal day. It wasn't like too extraordinary. Shea 29. I mean, that's yeah, but Holmgren had 18. 18. That was the tweak from game 6. Holmgren had 18. You know what I'm saying? Dominating a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Dort was 9 and 7, very serviceable. Caruso had 10. That was a different change from game 6. Wallace had 10. So as far as scoring, I mean, 7 guys over 10, or excuse me, 6 guys, 9 or above. Um, 8, 9, 7, 5, 3 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? Respectively, from the names I called. So guys did their job. I think everybody from the top to the bottom did their job, and nobody was really too exceptional. Shea was. Will, like I said, Jay Will 20 from my perspective of how he's just been playing all season. I've watched him all season. How he's been playing all season. 20 is about normal. That's about a normal day for him. The normal day at work. You know what I'm saying? But we know what he's able to go off for. He's able to double that sometimes. And then Holmgren, like I said, with his 18. You know what I'm saying? I felt that a team that want to beat OKC has to keep him under 12. You know what I'm saying? 12 or under, right? So he had 18, man. He's gliding through the lane, you know what I'm saying, dunking on fools, you know what I'm saying? So he really had it out today to make sure, you know what I'm saying, they remembered his name today, or excuse me, game 7. And then Caruso with 10. Like I said before, having Caruso, you're going to, he's a Energizer Bunny guy, you know what I'm saying? So, it goes in waves. If you can keep him, off the scoring, but you didn't. Indiana didn't. He was able to get a little bit buckets, you know what I'm saying? Plus, he's going to add in, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. Um, just a hard nosed player. You know what I'm saying? Wallace came in with 10. He hadn't really been averaging that much all season throughout the whole series, throughout throughout the playoffs. So for him to have 10, you know what I'm saying, speaks volume too. Like I said, with the whole moving around the ball and getting points in everybody's hands and everybody stepping up how they needed to be. So, and it was a good scene. I mean, they basically for OKC, they put the foot on the gas when they needed to. So whenever there was a run by Indiana, you know what I'm saying, they went to the guys that they needed to get the ball to and scored when they needed to score, and then went on a little run on themselves to keep it stretched out, keep that space. But one thing that I felt was about Indiana was like they've been doing all playoffs long. They've been just being close until the fourth quarter. I felt that on the Indiana side, how I want to talk about this. There's two ways I'm going to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it without the Halliburton effect, right? So, I mean, I was actually having a conversation with one of my guys, man, and we were just talking about, Halliburton and stuff, and they were just saying how Halliburton, really doesn't show up in the games. And I told him, I said, yeah, I've been on my shows talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Him not showing up until fourth quarters. And like, oh, yeah. And they was like, yeah. It's the last 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm like, yeah, true. Last 5 minutes. And I was telling him on my podcast, I was saying he needs to step it up and make his presence felt earlier on in the game, and more parts of it, more moments in the game earlier. So that way, you know what I'm saying, he can come in the clutch like he does with the last 5 minutes. And ironically, Indiana went on a big run in the fourth quarter, and about six. I think it was about six or six. It was between 6 and 5 minutes when they got to within. I think it was like 9, at 10 or 9, and I was like, that's where Halliburton would have stepped up and did his thing. You know what I'm saying? And they just couldn't find nobody, bro. They couldn't find nobody. They were. I mean, you look at everybody. Once again, Nate Smith 3. I mean, we can get a little bit more buckets out of you, man. You were 1 for 5. I mean, you could have shot a couple of more. Tried it. Siakam had 16. I felt on the last game, game 7 like this from a champion. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Siakam could have came with a little bit more. Turner had 6. We can't work with that, brother. Can't work with that on the NBA floor, man, at this level as a starter for the finals. Nembhard had 15. He stepped up, but I felt like there was a lot of times where he couldn't really, he really couldn't get to what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And we just was like unsure. A lot of times he was really unsure. So he'd be on the 3-point line, bouncing around, bopping around, dribbling, and unsure if he was going to pull up or if he was going to take it to the rack. Bethune. No. Toppin. Come on, man. What are we on here? Nothing. Toppin had nothing, dog. Come on, man. Come on, dog. This is the finals. This is the finals game. Your boy McCollum was 16. He was banging them. McCollum was banging. It was a point period of time, except for like 8 minutes, 8 basketball minutes. He was the only one on the team that scored a point. He was killing them. He only had 16 though. Because that's the difference between the superstars and people probably want to know. Some basketball fans that ain't like really into it like that, or don't do research on guys or whatever like that. They want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference? McCollum 16. You know what I'm saying? It's more just surprising. Whereas, Siakam 16 is more like, come on, man, you're a champion. You know what I'm saying? And that just comes with the territory. So, my guy though, Bethune. Bethune. I like Bethune. Bethune brought. Who was that? Man, it was who was it? It was New York. Was it New York? I think it might have been New York. He dropped 20. Oh no. It was I don't know who it was, but Bethune had 27 on him one game, right? This dude, like, maybe 7 man, maybe 8 man off the bench, came in and dropped 27. Game 7, his last game, he had 24. All of them in the fourth quarter. He was killing, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that, talk about it a minute ago. It's just that last 5 minutes of the game. That I got it. I got you. I got y'all. Don't worry about it. Give it to me. I got it. That's what they were missing. I mean, for real, that's what they were missing. I mean, because so now we talk about Halliburton effect, right? People are going to say, hey, yeah, if Indiana would have had Halliburton, um, they, you know what I'm saying, they probably could have won or whatever. But my thing about it is, as I look on here, one of the biggest things I saw was Indiana had 21 turnovers. OKC has 7. That was the biggest situation. That was the biggest issue. That literally was the biggest problem. Turning the ball over has to do with no one. And I get it, and I hear everybody. Like I said, I gave my whole analysis and breakdown of the players, and even how Halliburton not being there, right, for the moments where they need him. Yeah, 21 turnovers. They only had 7. Even if I'm gonna do it for you like this, with the things played out the way that they played out, how they are, you have 14 more turnovers than the other team. We're not even going to talk about the 7. You both can equal it out at 7, right? You take the 14, right? And as this type of coach, this is me looking at things like a coach. You have 14 more turnovers than them. If we take half of that, 7, and we turn those into a bucket, just half of them. But remember now, we got the first 7 already, and I'm saying, okay, we take half of it, so leave another 7. So say we had 14 turnovers. Let's say we ended the game with 14 turnovers, not 21. And we turned each one of those 7 into a bucket. How many points is that? When I count, no. I do it simple so people can understand. We're not counting 3s. We're just counting 2s. Yeah, we would have been taking some 3s too, but we're not doing that. We're doing that for the sake of argument, right? If we turned them into just a bucket, 2 points each, that's 14 points. The score was 103-91. Add 14 more points to 91, you have 105. That's a championship. That's a championship. Right? I mean, if you're going to be real about it, let's be real about it. Let's not sit up there and say the Halliburton effect was the whole situation. You can't ever say that, because it's always a mentality of next man up. Everywhere I've played basketball, everywhere I've coached basketball, any organization I've ever been a part of, it's always next man up. And these young men have been groomed to be next men up. Halliburton has helped groom these guys and push them and defer to them and given the ball to them and push them to have the ball and take the shots. These guys know how to do it. They know how to do it. When the time shined, they didn't do it. That's all it was to it. That's all it was to it. Indiana just didn't do it. I mean, they got the ability. They have the ability to do it. I mean, it went so bad. It got so it got so they had to put your boy in, man. They put Bradley and Brian in the game, man. Decided to see if they could solve something, man. But that was, I mean, I like Brian though. You know what I'm saying? Young dude, though. But yeah, man, it was a different team without Halliburton there, and guys have to become more confident in their game so that when the superstars are not able to be there, they can, have moments where they can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked a lot of times, especially in the fourth quarter, there they just couldn't figure it out, man. I mean, they're passing the ball to each other, they're taking 2-3 dribbles, pulling back out, they're moving, passing it to another guy going, driving and not there, he's driving out, kicking it out. Another guy's going, he's dribbling, crossing over in the same spot for 7 seconds, and it's just, you got to get to a point to where you say, hey, look, man, I'm going to take this ball to the rack. I got to see it go in the hole first. We got to see it go in the hole. You know what I mean? And then once you see it go in the hole, then start whapping. You know what I'm saying? So, McCollum was doing it. McCollum was doing it. He was doing it. He was great, man. He was giving buckets, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but you gotta be able to do it as a team too, especially without your star there. Nembhard, I felt could have came off a little bit better in the fourth quarter. And man, like I said, man, 20 minutes stopping. You had 20 minutes, man. That's yeah. But yeah, I mean, those are the things why Indiana lost. I mean, seriously, those are really the things. I think the biggest thing, period, is not anything that has to do with Halliburton. I don't think it has anything to do with these names. I think it has to do as a collective. 21 turnovers. Anytime you turn the ball over 21 times, you're in for a difficult day, especially when you're playing against Oklahoma City Thunder. You know what I'm saying? They're very high percentage teams on scoring off of turnovers. So, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna give them the ball 21 times. As difficult. And then you're not gonna defend them. Seven turnovers? Man. Good gracious. 7 turnovers for the game, bro. That's enough. I mean, and that's not a thing that most people that aren't crafted in this game understand. You know what I'm saying? Like when you play a team and they only have 7 turnovers, normal person that don't understand reading basketball don't understand what that means. Like you are having, like, literally, you're passing the ball perfectly. You know what I'm saying? You're giving it up at the right time. You're taking the right shots, man. You know what I'm saying? Or your 50-50 balls, you're getting all the 50-50 balls. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times 50-50 balls are a lost ball that could have been a turnover, but they got it, you know what I mean? They got it back or whatever. So having low turnovers is key to controlling the ball, controlling possessions. And for them to only have 7 turnovers, man, meant that the Indiana Pacers weren't playing the defense that they've been doing to get them where they got, right? Because they've been playing. I mean, they played some elite teams, man. They played Boston. They played the Knicks. I mean, these teams are like, and they play Milwaukee, right? I mean, these teams are like the elites of the East and the elite of the leagues. So, this was no, to me, this was no Cinderella story. I mean, the way that these guys have been playing, the type of team they've been all season, just low profile, flying on the radar, is not a Cinderella story. I think it's more so of a David and Goliath story. I think, but they just ran up against Goliath with all their weapons because OKC was just too tough, man, too tough. And the thing that killing me too, man, is that OKC's roster is locked in. I saw something that said OKC's roster is locked in until 27. That's crazy. That's crazy. They're like 25 years old. They're locked in for at least 2 more years, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like dudes. They say athletes um, the professional NBA, the professional basketball, don't really hit their prime until about 28, 29, 30. These dudes average 25 as a team, bro. That's crazy. They just want to chip. It's gonna be dangerous in the league if they can keep them together. We talked about this the other day. If they can keep them together, I think that's one of the biggest problems that they're going to have is making sure, because they got some guys that's going to be demanding some money. I mean, Jay Will going to demand some money. Pay him his money, though. I think you should keep those two definitely together. Chet is going to stay because I think Chet just like OKC. He looked good in that jersey, man. You know what I'm saying? So those 3, you lock those 3 in, I think you're good. And just keep filling with guys around. And plus, with the young guys you got, you know what I'm saying? You just pay them guys their money too. There is something I wanted to holler about. I wanted to talk really quick about just some stuff that I heard about in regards to the NBA. I hear a lot of talk, and it's been kind of flaring up a lot lately. They're talking about reducing games in the NBA because of health issues when it comes to injuries and involving our pro athletes. And me and I do understand it. I do understand a lot of people are saying that because of the rigor of the NBA season, and sometimes how they've structured the NBA season. And I think Richard Jefferson was just recently talking about with the way the format that the NBA is trying to push the league into making the game faster, making teams score more. is a big reason to why a lot of players are getting hurt and having these injuries, and they're young. So that's kind of the argument that's being kind of tossed around now to help the NBA petition um, lower amount of games during the season. So my take on that is I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not shortchanging injuries. I'm not shortchanging injuries at all. Believe me, I come from an era where people played injured, right? A guy like Allen Iverson broke every bone in his body in one season and played every single game. And you didn't even know about it until a news report came out and said it. The man played every game, right? And so one thing about it was a statement one time. Was it Rick Barry? I think it was Barry. I think it was Rick Barry. Legend, Rick Barry. I think he said this. He said, I was doing all the things that I was doing back in the day, and I didn't have all the training and assistance and technology and um, availability that these young people have nowadays. And that's true. And that's true. And I think that that's part of the reason what's playing into these injuries. Because, I mean, go on your timeline right now. You could probably see a video of somebody wearing big ass chain, a 45-pound, you know what I'm saying, iron dumbbell between their legs with a rod, leg squat on the pull-up bar, pulling up. Everybody in the gym maxing out on squats. That's what's injuring our players. What's injuring our players is putting them in the gym 15 hours a day. What's killing our players is going to training 2 times a day, 8 times a week, working out 3 hours, practice, and then go play a game. I remember one time somebody was like, one of my people that lift weights, they used to hoop with us and stuff. Like he used to stop hooping with us, and I'd ask him, I'm like, man, how come you don't hoop with us no more? He's like, oh, I used to only hoop for my cardio. Hooping is cardio. You guys got these kids and these young people, man, these young adults putting all this strain on their bodies, man, from all this weight, right? You know what I'm saying? All this weight. I think somebody told me, man, blessings to the guy, Alan Anderson himself. He told me, man, that's why it's most important for him to do push-ups and sit-ups, because it's like you're using your own body weight. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, I go to the gym or whatever, like skip it. He's like, but most of the time, my most in-depth training is at the home when I'm doing push-ups and doing calisthenics at the crib. Using your own body weight and then stretching. Basketball's cardio. You know what I'm saying? So how is 82 games a year hurting these people? It's the thing, it's the everything else that they're doing. They're not resting in off season. The off season is time to take a rest, relax. What is resting? Is your body's way of recharging. Resting is when your body goes into, all right, I'm a fix shit mode. that's what it is. Like computers, like AI, like anything. Rest mode is when it goes into fix mode. You gotta rest. And the problem is that we're going into the NBA. We're working out so much in the off season. I mean, you got dudes doing like, man, you seen what's your boy Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown up in there with the mask on underwater, you know what I'm saying? With the weighted ball, you know what I'm saying? With the vest on. Man, come with the Navy SEALs, dog. You know what I'm saying? You niggas over here training like Navy SEALs, and they want to go do some cardio and basketball and say, oh, we can't make them play that many games. You'd have been working out for 7 hours. You worked out for 7 hours. And then you can play for 2 hours and 30 minutes that you ain't even playing the whole time. Softening up these kids, man. Stop softening up these kids, man. Yeah, Richard Jefferson, I'm coming at you. Pop, 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 coming at shots at you, man. Yes. That's soft, man. If you want these kids' bodies to be in better condition shape, stop training them so much. Pull back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, use the time in between the seasons to do all that stuff, because that way you're forced to limit yourselves in what you're going to train them on. But if you come off of the off season and all you doing is training every day, all day long, and without no limit, you know what I'm saying? You're just going, and then the season starts. Man, you done put your body through rigor right before the season where you're supposed to be putting it during the rigor. You got to give your body a chance to relax and rest. And these guys are at the pro level, at the highest level of basketball. They're trying to make sure that they're ready to compete all the time. That's where you're burning out. That's where you're burning them out at. That's where you're hurting your body at. Because a lot of times, too, if you think about it, a lot of times, what are they training and working on, right? One of the things that I coach is weakness. I want to know your weakness. I want to know your weakness. I'm not gonna sit there and sit there and be like, all right, bet, let's work on jump shots when you got a nice form jump shot. You're hitting them consistently when we work out. Why am I gonna bring you to my place to work with me and I keep working on that? That ain't your weakness. That ain't your weakness. That's why when you go in the game, you can't do nothing or get nothing off, because all you learn how to do is shoot, 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 shoot. Well, now you got a defender on you that can stop you from shoot, 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 shoot. Now what you gonna do, right? So it's about working on their weaknesses. Find out what your weaknesses. Even in weightlifting, I'm sure I got some guys who over at Apple Valley are great at recognizing the way kids are doing things, the way their form is, and all this kind of stuff. And they work on this stuff and they touch on that stuff. You know what I mean? And in basketball, it's like that too. You got to find that. You got to find that weakness. You know what I'm saying? And hone in on that, especially during the off season. That's when you should be doing that. If you see that you ain't a guy that's good at mid ranges, go to the gym and just work on pull ups in the mid range. Bam, all day long. If you're not hitting good 3-pointers, okay, well then sit back there and work on the threes All right. If you're not good at layups, shit, just sit there and do a George Mikan layup drill. Work on the weakness. I had a kid asked me that too. Kid asked me, he was like, Coach, why we doing layups again? I'm like, cuz we just keep missing layups. He was like, well, can we work on this and this? I'm like, no, I said, y'all good at doing that. I said, y'all cool at doing that. Y'all missing layups in games. I said, we gonna keep working on layups. We're gonna keep working on layups, man. Just run around the whole gym, layup, get the rebound, go dribble down to the next one, layup. That was all. We did that for like 20, 30 minutes straight. Cause I'm like, you missing layups. You know what I mean? Work on your weakness, man. And when it comes to these bodies, man, find out you guys got these nutritionists, man. I seen a comment talking about LeBron's son, Bronny. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, yeah, everybody talking all this stuff about LeBron, what Bronny's gonna be. I'm like, wait. See, I'm a big stickler on words. Nobody ever had a problem with what he's going to be. No one ever said that. People were talking about what he is now, what he's able to bring to the league now, and spots he's taken of people that can bring something to the league. Because if you think about it, and I say this to people all the time, if you got the pro level, you have a nutritionist, you have a shooting coach, you have a running coach, you have an arm coach, you have a weightlifting coach, you have a defensive coach, you have a coach for everything. You have a coach for everything. Like, you have a specific coach for everything. Of course you're going to get good. Yeah, no kidding. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about, like with the Halliburton situation with these guys and asking for the league to lower the amount of games. No, you should not. 82 is perfect. Stop pushing these dudes to do more than they can. Their bodies are not meant to do some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Or if you are, it has to have more time to cool down and more time to rest. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, Shoot, man, these injuries, man, they gonna happen. They gonna happen because my point is this is what I'm gonna close out on this. As having a brother who played overseas in the in the big league, in the league overseas, right? In the Euro League over there, and in Maccabi Israel League, right? They played 20 something games in the Israel League, and then they played 30 games in the Euro League, maybe. So they played 50 games, right? And that's the elite. That's one of the elite teams, right? That's like Barcelona, like that's the one of the elite teams overseas. So they play in two leagues. They always play in their country league, and then they play in the Euro League, which is a combined league for all the countries over there, right? So with the elite teams that play in both leagues, like I said, it'd be about 50, maybe 60 games, maybe total, maybe. And there's injuries. And like I said, these are the elites. So there's some that don't even play in the Euro League. They play in just their own country, and they probably only got 20 to maybe 40 games, possibly. And there's injuries. There's injuries. Why? Why is there injuries with a team that plays 40 games in the league and you can play in about 82, but there's still probably about the same amount of injuries and same kind of injuries? Because it's about taking care of your body. It's about putting your body in the best position for it to be able to function at that level all the time, right? And then after you do, rest it, do something else, go golfing, go on vacation, but do something so your body has a chance to rest those muscles that you've been straining for so long. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think 82 games is a problem, man. So, but yeah, let me get up out of here, man. I got to get ready to go, man. Get ready to work with the kids over at the camp again, man. Love the kids, man. T-Dub, love the kids. But big shout out to everybody, man. One love. I'll be back on tonight. Talk crazy with you. You know what I'm saying? Actually, no. We'll just talk a little bit about fellowshipping. I just want to talk about fellowship and, touch on that. So join in with me tonight. I'll be on probably about 10, man, maybe 10, 10:30, something like that. I'll let you know when it gets a little bit closer, but most likely it'll be about 10 o'clock that I'll be on tonight. So hope you guys can join me tonight. Let's talk about it, man. Like I said, continue, man, peeping with me, seeing in with me, watching me. Tune on to my channels, man. Tune on to 800 Stizzles, Thailand TV. Join with me, man, in the fun, man. Pop on something, man. Type something, write something, man, to me. You know what I'm saying? Let me know, man. I love y'all, man. Much love to everybody in the Wizard world. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy 800 Stizzles. God.